Hello everyone, Sheek here with another Transformers review, and today I will be reviewing the Pangu toys. Omega Supreme, or whatever they call him, I don't really care too much. Oh yeah, Mighty Miracle God. And there he is. Obviously, he is pretty decent size. I'd say about standard leader class size. Very G1 accurate, if you ask me. There is his blast effect, and he does have a light up effect, and it does have a, let's bring it next to the microphone, a firing sound effect, which is kind of cool. I think Emgo's blast effects wasn't really staying on. I don't know what the problem with his might have been, but mine seems to fit just fine. So it comes with this little guy. Don't know if it's a mascot for the company or not, but he doesn't transform, obviously. He's not a transformer, but he does have a swivel head. He's fairly articulate for his size. Kind of has small, spindly limbs, and definitely has quite a bit of a range, and even has a waist swivel and all that. So that's pretty cool. And he does come with a little removable handgun, which is done in white plastic. There we are. So that's about it for this guy. I don't know what he's called. I think they have something on the website listing on Big Bad Toy Store, which is TF Source. I got him on TF Source, but I'm sure they have the description on there. Okay, it's not only on whatever. It's being weird about focusing. As you can see, the head does lift up like so, and then you can press it down and make it more flush with the body up there. Yeah, like I said, lots of nice detail. He has friction joints. He doesn't really have any ratchets, which doesn't bode well for long-term posability and all that, because once the joints start to get loose, it's going to be harder to maintain certain poses and whatnot. So I guess let's go ahead and take a close-up on that noggin. Absolutely love it. There is another accessory. It's an alternate face. And you just pretty much pry his face off and put it on. I haven't swapped it out, and I don't think I'm going to, because I like it just the way it is. Nice and stoic. And to do it, you just like flip this up. I think it's designed to where you're supposed to be able to rotate his face without lifting that up, but you kind of have to lift that up. And beware, this thing will sometimes pop off. And it's almost guaranteed to pop off, so if you don't want it going ping, flying off somewhere and not be able to find it for hours, I should know from personal experience, I'd recommend popping it off yourself and then rotating his face, or just being extremely careful, because it is really small, and then fingers getting in there, yeah, doesn't work the greatest. Anyway,
articulation. The head does rotate. You can do a full 360, but you have to lift it up. He can look up that far, down about that far, and he doesn't really get wibbly wobbly because it's not on a ball joint, it's just on a swivel, and then a rocker. I don't know the best term to put it. And then I guess you could say he has turret articulation for the gun on the back of his head. Arms can go out that far. They can rotate full 360. A bicep rotation, although you might be careful, this will slide out. About 90-degree bend at the elbow. Waist rotation. Do the full splits. Legs can go forward that far, and if you put the flaps up back that far, you do get thigh rotation, which is a little stiff. If you don't want to risk torquing on this too much, I'd recommend rotating up there, because it is kind of stiff, and I wouldn't want to damage anything in here. About 90-degree bend at the knee, and then you get quite a bit of ankle tiltage. So that's pretty cool, and that's about it for the articulation. Wait, one last thing. He does have articulation here. He doesn't have any joints in here, which is, depending on how you look at it, a plus side or a downside. For articulation robot mode, it's a little bit of a downside, but for vehicle mode, much an upside, because then you only have to worry about one set of joints, not two or more set of joints to get all situated so the rocket will stand up properly. Anyway, well, that's about it for robot mode, so let's go ahead and get him transformed. Okay, so first thing we want to do is pretty much start disassembling him. So, oops, and some things will work their way loose on their own, but you just pop the backpack, and if you look closely, there is a little bit of stress marks. It was there when I got it. If it wasn't for the fact that it'll probably eventually start to come loose on its own, I would probably file it down just a little bit so that those don't snap off. These are already starting to come loose on their own, but fortunately the backpack does hold them in place as long as that's tapped down. But there's the track wing pieces, so let's just take those off, set them to the side, slide off his arms, push down, slide off, push down, And then, let's just go ahead and do the rocket because they're right here. Just press together, peg into place. And then, here's a nice little bonus, which also can help you get the upper arm out when transforming him. But it is already hard enough to get it open on its own. But you flip that open, pull that out, rotate down, and then you have a loading ramp for the rocket. And there's another one up here, but the only thing you really use that for is just so you can help push the forearm out, or upper arm out. And then you just, what I like to do is get it nice and level, like so, because that's an easy way to judge it. And then, as necessary, just rotate that so you can get the platform as you desire. And then, let's go ahead and get this off. So like a pair of overalls, undo the loops, pull out the shoulders a little bit, and just pop that out. Let's go ahead and set that tank off to the side. Rotate in, rotate, push in, and close up. And then, if it doesn't want to flop already, press over, and then flip down, and then this just tabs into the same place on here. Make sure these flaps go out, just pretty much get all of them. Well, these actually will stay down, but rotate down here. Make sure all this is still lined up. There we are, mostly done, and slide off these panels, which will allow you to transform the legs. So you'll just open up, like so, lift up, and then rotate, like so, lift up, rotate the toe around, tab into place, and then just pull out this right here, collapse into place, pull out, collapse into place, and then you want to untab and then flip down, and then other side just like the same. And the other side is just the same. Alright, now we got these all opened up. Want to just get these lined up, and then, come on, tab into place. Come on, line up. Why are you giving me trouble? It's the first time you've ever given me trouble. Why are you giving me trouble now? This guy is very fun to transform in my experience. There we are. See? All nice lined up. Love how it all integrates together. And flip over. Tilt camera down just a little bit. Make sure this is all lined up. And then, as you can see, got most of this going on. And then let's go ahead and take these. Flip. This is another part that if you don't have really good fingernails, it can be a little tricky. Or a handy dandy little tool ready to flip them out. That's just supposed to be, I guess, a loading ramp, I guess, to get into the tower. Not exactly sure, but it is a way to use this rather than just being discarded kibble in our extra parts for vehicle mode, sort of like some of the other G1 transformers. But the little flaps, the back flaps, is where these tab into, and they just hold into place. But you might want to be careful when you remove them, so that you don't possibly snap them off, or else, because if you do snap it off, then it will become pretty much kibble for alt mode that you have to find somewhere to store. And just flip out the tracks like so, and then flip down, and then just tab into place, other side. There, exactly the same. Fold down, and tab into place, and now you pretty much got a big cohesive unit. I like how all this combines into one thing, so I mean, if you have to move them around in this alt mode, you only have to really worry about 3 main sections. And let's just go ahead and put the rocket ship in here. You can put it like this, put it like that. It's all up to personal preference. I like to do it like this, like it's right up against this, and this is the launch tower for the rocket. And then, finally, the midsection slash tank, which is a little finicky, mainly just because of the face. The face is the big problem, so just lift that up, see if I can do it without his face cover visor popping off. But what it is, it seems to be problematic. It's his nose running into the side of his head, and then you just push it in, and hey, I did it without it popping off. And then you can see like screens like console. It looks like there's even stairs inside to get up there. I'm not sure, but it is a control room of sorts, which is kind of cool. And just rotate that around, and then you're gonna want to untab this from the sides. Kind of just get everything all flipped around. These guns flip around like so, and then get the tracks all out, or not, treads out, and then get these flipped out, and then just extend these out. That's where one part that is a little tricky is getting those out, because I don't want to stress anything, and then just straighten and pull that out, and then rotate this out, and then, come on, rotate out. Okay. It's best in my experience to have these rotate out first, and then have these in, then get these to tab into place out here, flip, come on, make sure it's fully extended, there we are, flip down, that, and then rotate, and just get this tab in, and you can see it's mostly lined up. That tab in. Make sure that the little double hinge goes where it's supposed to, which is a little tricky, but once you get in there, it tends to stay. And there we have it, almost done. And now, like I said, this part is the most problematic, and it is the most likely to pop out of place. And then flip this down, tabs into the back. It didn't show on the instructions for whatever reason that you flip this down, but it does show it on the picture, which means I guess that they know it's supposed to be flipped down. They just, I think, forgot to add it and just slide these guns out, which don't move really. They just stick out, but this one does move. And as you can see, there are wheels on here for the track, although, as you can see, it doesn't have anything to keep it on the track, so it's pretty much like the, what was it, Lost Dragon one that I had. If I get the chance, I might do a comparison video of the Lost Dragon one, as well as Pangu Toys, and then Newage Michael. I managed to get that for a fair price on Shozi's store, which is pretty cool. I got them for I think like $160 when considering on TF stores and Big Bad Toy Store, it's like more like a few $100s. So I think that's pretty cool. Motorized tank, I do believe,
because if I remember right, on the track there is the line going down the middle of it to be like so that it doesn't, you know, go off the rails, so to speak. But yeah, that's about it for Mighty Miracle God from Pangu Toys. If you like this review and you'd like to see more, please click that like and subscribe button to see more. And until next time, have a good one, everyone.